Hey, what's up, Jeff?
Hey, what's up, man?
Doing alright?
Yeah, I'm good. You? Are you coming in?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to head out there right now.
Okay. Yeah, who's doing the AM call?
Nobody is.
Nobody's doing the AM call?
Nah, usually I would just call them each.
When did we stop doing that?
2 weeks ago.
For what reason?
Well, you said you ain't gotta do the AM call every day, so I just started doing it once a week, every other day. I just called them.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was a misunderstanding. Yeah, the AM call needs to happen
Alright.
every day that you're here.
That'll work.
All right?
Sounds good.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, no AM call. What do I see that our competition does and how do we do it better? I think our primary motive is being the first to market. I think a lot of our competitors are copying what we have done and trying to compete. When we entered the Bowling Green market back in 2013, the car wash market was very depressed. Car washes operators were really relaxed in what they offered. Their standards of service were really low. We came in, we put in the boom vacuums, we put in the Rhino-Mat machines, we added air compressed air. We've given out towels, window cleaners, air fresheners. And the way we approach the car as far as when they come into the wash, the pre-treat, the prep process, having someone at the XPTs, the auto cashier station, all of those things that we did to raise the bar on the industry in our area. The competitors are starting to do that. One way we stay ahead is making these trips and adding these advantages to our portfolio as far as what we offer to the public. It's hard for those folks to keep up. And I think the customer base also rewards the first to market. What's going to keep us ahead of the competition is our growth strategy at this point. I feel like we have the best car wash offering probably in a national landscape. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to find the best sites. We're going to strategically locate our sites depending on traffic patterns, retail corridors, etc. And at that point, we will take markets just by having so many sites that it's so convenient for the customer. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to focus on having a full service offering so we can drive that auxiliary traffic once in a month, every quarter, so we can do the interior cleaning for them and potentially look at getting into detailing as well. The number one objective of going and making a trip like we are today is, number one, taking my father there with us. Meeting with the Gleason family, getting some innate knowledge from them as far as how they position different amenities inside their wash process, why they're doing what they're doing, talking about pricing, unlimited strategies, all of those things, you know, that we can learn from. There's no sense in us recreating the wheel versus, you know, talking to operators that have been doing it and having them share their successes are vital to our, you know, timeline. So we are headed to Peoria, Arizona. We're going to visit Mr. Shine, which is a similar business model that we're constructing right now in Bowling Green. So we're going out there to look at how they built the facility, talk to them about process, you know, just figure out what we're doing, you know, what we need to do. I was supposed to go to Canada, but I got COVID, and they require, Canada requires double injection vaccine. So instead of going to Canada, I'm going to Arizona so I don't have to get the vaccine. We're going to look at how the belt system is constructed, the electrical system, how the start-stop is wired in, and talk to them about systems and processes. The belt system is the interior cleaning facility that we're building, and it's a one-of-a-kind, state-of-the-art facility. There's only probably a handful of them in the country, so we consider the Gleason family to be an ally in the car wash industry. They're allowing us to come out and film and ask questions and all that good stuff. And like I was telling you before, that I could go to Canada, but I have to get the double shot, and I just had COVID, so why should I do that? So I went to Plan B and reached out to Brian Gleason. Actually, Dad reached out to Brian Gleason. He's got the same type of setup, and so we're headed out there to look at how we construct the electrical control aspect of the belt. And then also Jeremy and I are going to be talking to their operations people as far as how they staff, how do you prepare for the car, you know, what procedures are you doing in what order. So really a scouting mission, figure out what we're going to be doing here in the next couple of months. Expectations on scheduling, you know, how do you manage customer expectations? Because here in a couple of months, we're going to be opening the same exact business model in Bowling Green. And, you know, we've been traditional full service people, but this model is brand new. So, you know, it's really nice that the Gleasons are okay with us coming out and checking it out, because there's a lot of learning curve to this new model. We are in Phoenix, Sky Harbor Airport. It was smooth, man, smooth sailing. Now we're headed to Mr. Shine Car Wash up in Peoria. We want to remain on the cutting edge of car wash technology and the services that we offer. We want to encapsulate the entire market with our growth plan in a spoke and hub paradigm system. The systems that we looked at today are a focal point of our corporate strategy, as we will build those mega sites and then have the express exteriors surrounding those areas. That'll give us the opportunity to capture the full service market and build these smaller satellite expresses around them.
So we are currently in Mr. Shine Car Wash in just outside of Phoenix, Arizona, looking at their European wash model, which is what we're putting in Bowling Green. This particular wash model has a traditional tunnel. You ride through, you pull your vehicle around here to a belt controlled system that allows you to get out of your vehicle. Vehicle's automatically loaded on a belt that moves at 15 feet a minute, and it takes roughly 8 minutes to do your interior, all in a controlled manner. This allows you to visually see what's going on. You're visually in contact with your vehicle at all times, so you don't have to worry about theft, to worry about people taking stuff out of your vehicle. Plus, from a production standpoint, when you go to a traditional full service, you could wait 20 minutes, half hour, 40 minutes to get your vehicle. In this scenario, you're looking at, on a busy day, 15 minutes from the time you roll up to the time you roll out. This allows us to maintain quality as well. Everybody gets the exact same service, the exact same amount of time, in the exact same order every time. So nothing gets forgotten. They forgot my windows, they forgot my mats, they forgot to vacuum. Well, everything is staged. Each area has a different job process that you're completing within that staging area. As the vehicle moves, they finish, they move on to the next stage of the vehicle. So when you get to the end here, as you're in your waiting area, you're able to exit your vehicle and off you go, the clean, shiny, dry vehicle in 10, 15 minutes. So what this means for the industry, simply put, is we can do this with less people. We can do it faster, which allows us to actually give you a better quality and a more consistent quality across the board, while still maintaining the need to do this fast. And in today's market, with the fact that Cheetah Clean starts at $15 an hour to try to attract and maintain talent, this allows us to then employ those people, but we don't have to employ 20, 30 people. We can employ 8 to 15 people. So it's much easier to control, much easier to deal with from a long-term perspective. This is going to be, as full service starts to slowly make a comeback in this industry, this is going to be the model they're going to use, because it is much less labor intensive. A traditional full service, doing it the traditional old school way, would take 3 or 4 times as many people. 3 or 4 times as many people, which is several more points of contact, several more issues for problems, several more people missing items. This just allows consistent quality across the board in a very short period of time. The reason for us flying all the way here to look at this is we needed to see this in operation, because there are only less than probably a half a dozen of these facilities in the entire United States. So we really needed to see this in operation. We needed to see the layout, see where the drops are located for air, vacuums, how this process really transpires for us to make sure that we set ourselves up for success going forward. We want to make sure we're doing it right out of the gate. We don't want to have a lot of guesswork. So we're going to come to the experts. They've been in business here 2.5 years. So we're learning from them how they process, how they do it to ensure they're getting that car out in that 10, 15 minute window maximum.
All of the money that's coming into the industry is raising the bar on the industry. It's no longer a sweatshop mentality. There's now robust operations coming in, looking at long-term, strategies versus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-year strategies. Now there's people coming in with, 100-year-long money. It's really raising the bar, like I said earlier. It's improving everything in the industry, so it's a good thing. The future of the industry is developing out these areas more so than they are today. We used to base a pro forma or a site assessment off of traffic count. Now I think the industry's shifting into finding other areas that they can develop. We've developed sites on traffic counts as low as 10,000 cars per day, and it's been an extremely successful site. So finding these other opportunities that are maybe not or irregular or not just in your face is probably the biggest opportunity we have. How we stay ahead in the marketplace is we continually network and go and visit, talk to other operators, get plugged in with the International Car Wash Association, go on trips, go to the trade shows, look in at educational opportunities at every turn. That's how we stay at the forefront of our operations.
Why would I fly out here and check this place out? Well, Mr. Shine is at the cutting edge of car wash technology. As you can see, you've got the 2 belted system. That's what we're developing. This technology actually comes from Germany. So we wanted to come out here and talk to the Gleason family about how they operate, how they control the belt, so on and so forth. We now know, what is this going to do for us back home? We now know what we need to do in the field as far as construction goes. The control wiring, all of the carts, the different tools that they're using, the spacing on the manifold up at the top, as far as we needed to know links and all those things. So we now have the information that we need, and we're going to go back and implement it. So this type of deal right here is no holds barred. Us looking at doing whatever it takes to be the best car wash in our region, networking with other car wash operators, working together, taking a private charter, getting my dad out here. It's what we had to do. Some people say, well, what'd that cost? And my thing is, it's at all costs. Why is it important to make big capital expenditures, and how do they pay off? We were undercapitalized. We've done a couple of deals, and then we had an opportunity to purchase a car wash that was probably a $10 million build, and we were amazed with how much money that car wash brought in relative to our other sites, and all we could really contribute it to was the size of the build and the technology behind the build. So that's why, if you can get the capital, we encourage you to make the significant investment, because it will pay off. All right, now that we're here, we've gotten all this information thanks to the Gleason family, and we're ready to go back home and implement this.
What lessons have I learned in the past that helped me to attain the position I have today? I would say practicing patience is a big factor in the success of someone's, tenure with the company. That's something that, at 43, I'm just now learning, but I'd say that's, one of the most important parts. I like to think I'm a pretty gutsy entrepreneur. I do know my numbers though. I do it every day. I look at my stat watch. We have an app that we've developed that gives us statistics, KPIs. Every morning we follow a protocol. Every afternoon we follow a protocol to kind of be in touch with the numbers of our business. When I see a site, I'll automatically know whether it's going to work or not based on what's surrounding it. If it's close to a Starbucks or a Chick-fil-A or a Walmart or whatever, you already know, that the thing's going to work out. So really at this point, it's basically risk and reward. It's tough because you can either save the money and develop sites, or you can take the money and develop the operations that can take advantage of the growth. So it's kind of a chicken or egg anomaly. Our strategy in regards to the chicken and the egg is we are focused on improving our operations as the number one aspect that we focus on. With that, we believe the money will come. Some places, some operators out there have really streamlined operations and they're using capital, the operational capital, to grow their business. We look at it that we want to take advantage of the best operational capacity that we can develop, and then we believe we can take on outside investment, or banks would want to loan us money, etc. Technology has been extremely important to the industry as we provide a safe establishment for people to wash their car. The camera systems, we survey the car before they go into the system. When we're dealing with incident, claim reports, I tell our folks here that our number one priority is not to deny the claim, it's to educate the customer that we have a safe establishment. So the camera systems are helping to identify those areas before they go through the car wash. We have sonar, photo eye sensors. There's all these different systems that have really advanced our game as far as how we operate, and it's brought a whole nother level to operations. The mistakes that most people make in the industry is underestimating what it's going to take to successfully operate a top-tier car wash facility. I see a lot of people that think that they can pay, $8, $10, $12 an hour to their associates, think they can find managers for less than $50,000 a year. They think it's easy, and it's not. The other thing that's probably most important is site selection. When you pick a site, it's very important that you go in the right area. We have some clients that we've done business with that already have the property picked out before we get in touch with them, and it's maybe not the best site. So then thirdly, the most important thing is layout and equipment layout. How do you avoid making mistakes in your business? I think getting into a routine, working on your business, a lot of times, working hard on the business, working with others in the business, using your people in the business to be sounding boards, getting alternative opinions on stuff is strategic and wise, in my opinion. First thing that we're focused on right now is completing the interior cleaning project. We're looking at developing greenfield projects, acquisitions. Greenfield project is raw construction, raw land. So we would have to get that land entitled, get the permitting, so on and so forth, and then construct the building. Yeah, so we're probably within the top 100 car wash chains as far as size. We're getting ready to have our fifth site open. How we are progressing, we continue to do what we do every day, which is start early in the morning. 6:30 a.m. we have an AM call. At 2:30 we have a follow-up. Focusing on what we do best and continuing to do that, satisfying the customer, is our strategy.